Well, herO 13-7. One of the more dominant Protosses we have here. Probably CJ Entis' best player. Their ace for at least rounds 1 and 2. He's 4-3 against Terran. Not the most stellar record, but definitely positive there.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is so good internationally, and his pro league results are getting better and better. This guy is 12-3. Most of his losses come from recent losses, and 2 of which were against Protoss, both times using weird sort of drop-oriented, tech-oriented Terran versus Protoss builds instead of just playing his macro style and defending. Most of his wins in the PvT matchup where his opponents were trying to attack him were against Blink Stalker builds and against Oracle builds. He is absolutely no slouch at defending these types of early aggressions, but give him a factory early on, and he might mess it up and lose it for himself.
Yeah, I don't want to see him do that build either. I really hope he just takes it a bit later and uses his mid-game multitasking, but we'll see how he can do.
I want to see him go for the Widowmine Marauder attack the third base constantly style. I want to see if he's capable of it. I'm sure he is, but like, how well has he practiced it? Is he, failing to adapt to the times? Is he just stuck in this drop play type mindset? Well, we're going into Outboxer to find out. If TY loses, then CJ takes it 3-1. Otherwise, we're going to an ace match here at the SPL.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Up here in the top left on Outboxer in the yellow, it is herO.
To the bottom right in red for KT Rolster, it's TY.
That red looking oh so good. One of the best colors we have here at StarCraft.
I like it. I like, for Terran, my favorite color was always yellow to have because it feels like it really stands out with the barracks. For Protoss, yellow the Nexus in general is kind of yellowish, goldish colored anyways.
Yeah.
It doesn't really give you this feel of like you're yellow.
It's like, I don't know, it's like wearing a pink shirt and then like a hot pink jacket. It just doesn't really, in my opinion, flow so well over here.
Or if you like had a pink shirt and you like wore a pink pin on it, it wouldn't really stand out that differently.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you're green as Protoss, you can see that green tint on the Nexus just so much clearer. Well, we have on this map so far, cross spawns, gateway goes down here. We'll see what TY has planned. Hasn't sent any early SCVs out or anything crazy like that. And actually makes a 13th SCV. Looks like we're going to have him go command center first.
Very interesting. And no Nexus first here for herO. He's going to throw down the double gas here, I'd assume. Yeah, there he goes. So no super fast expand out of herO, where there will be one for TY. And if herO goes for something super aggressive, can TY hold it? That's the question.
I think herO is going to do an Oracle build. I just have this feeling like this Oracle build that's getting more popular with the Oracle into Phoenixes to defend drops is one way to stop someone like TY with his aggression. Oftentimes very early aggression, much earlier than you would have the Phoenix really ready.
Yeah.
But still, I feel like that sort of build has become really popular, and because herO is not normally the type to all-in or go for Blink Stalkers, that would be not a bad choice. He only mines from one assimilator here.
Yeah, he's going to rally some probes into the other one, but it's going to take a while. It's definitely going to be a bit slower here.
Not like the most efficient way he could have done this.
Yeah.
I guess at the end of the day it works out because he doesn't need those 75 extra mils for anything else right now. I mean, if you think about it, like, if you need the 75 extra minerals to make a Nexus faster, that's one thing, but like he still lines it up here about the same time, and he's still continued constant pro production in the extra mothership core, so it really doesn't actually matter.
Yep. Here comes the SCV. He's going to come in here and he's going to scout that Nexus. He's going to know that there's no super big timing coming across his way on one base. Wouldn't really expect it regardless, but now he's certain about it. SCV going to be pushed out by that mothership core.
Yep. And we have a reactor going up at home with this fast CC. Only one Marine to deny scouting. And even with a probe here, how fast it is going to be pretty tough. I wonder if we'll see TY add a Reaper here. I've seen players like Flash always do this when they CC first. Flash would like add 2 Reapers every time, but I think TY, if he's going to do it, is just going to add 1 and wants to get that Marine production up ASAP. There's the factory going down, so pretty quick here. Let's see how he wants to play this one out. Yeah. Really likes to rush out the drops, TY, these days.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a style he's comfortable with. Maybe not adjusting too well to the change. Just wants to stay with what he knows and what he knows he's good at.
Yeah, I mean, clearly if you've practiced a style for a long time and you know, you think it's the better way to deal with Protoss for that sort of period of the meta, you know, you don't have to adapt to the other styles if it's still working for you. Starts a depot here. Oh, thought about it.
Doesn't quite do it. Maybe I've messed up his shift clicking there. It's possible, but...
It might also just be that he's like, wait a minute, I don't quite need this yet. I need this timing a little better. Banshee. Or no, Siege Tank? Nobody knows. Green commentators are freaking out more than I am.
Yeah. Well, with the start to the eBay right after this and not a starport, you're like, well, what exactly are you going to do with the tech lab on that factory here? We're going to see right now. Starts a Siege Tank. There it is.
He missed that depot, by the way.
Yep.
Are we going to see like a 2-base Marine Tank Raven push? Colossus tech is on the way off 2 bases, which is pretty standard fault to somebody who's against somebody who's really, really into dropping and harassment early on. So I don't know, with the Colossi coming up this early, it's also just happens to be really good against Marine heavy tank pushes. Twilight Council going down now here as well, so he's filling out that whole tech trinity here. Only missing the Stargate.
And the one thing he saw at that SCV really was just that there's 3 Stalkers and that both gases were taken. Pretty standard for a Protoss who's going to be teching to have that, but just makes sure. And now he's going to start getting those medevacs out as well as those upgrades. And here for herO rather is 2 Forges.
So siege tanks and medevacs and +1. Looks to be just a... Consider that he doesn't have any upgrades for those Marines, like stim or combat shields. The Observer's going to see all of this. Seeing only 1 siege tank, though, is like not a big tell, but seeing the 2nd siege tank, well, there isn't a bigger tell than that.
And herO knows exactly what is coming his way, unfortunately for TY. That Observer getting there is such a great time.
Ooh. Looks like he plans on sieging up here and hitting the assimilators? That's what our Observer seems to think. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of annoying, but that's not going to be like something that herO is going to panic about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, here we go.
I saw that. I'm pretty sure I saw this on Reddit once. Like, let's see.
Well, it's definitely going to cut down the gas mining. That's exactly what this is going for. I mean, just to be obvious here, just to be clear, he's going to kill these assimilators, and there's not much that herO is going to be able to do about it. And it's going to be able to cut down his gas mining and his tech down a ton. And those 2 Forges he made are not really going to be used to the best of their ability if he's not going to have that gas.
Well, he's looking at this and he's like, well, also, you don't have any Zealots over here, really. You have only Stalkers, so I can actually just drop my Marines over and attack a little bit faster. You bring the Stalkers over, they're going to have a field day. He did go into Hellions during all of this, and it looks like he wants to use those to harass the 3rd base. Maybe expecting there to be a probe slide over there. Scan goes down, he's like, oh, you don't have that many units in general. His stim is really late because of this. So is his combat shields. That's a trade-off. But he's about to have +1, so I feel like that makes it, to a certain extent, okay. There's a lot of Colossi coming out here, though, and he needs to get Vikings ready to be ready for fighting against those.
Yeah. This is a build that you're doing a trade-off here. You're taking away the gas of your opponent, but you're late on tech. You're late on a bunch of other things back at your own tech is what I'm trying to say. And you know, he's doing a nice job with the Hellions over there, trying to poke, trying to do whatever damage he can. He's getting his 3rd base as well while killing, you know, sniping just a bit more of these probes. 8 probes now going down.
Well, I mean, he's you know, certainly affected herO quite a bit here, and now he's taking a supply lead, and he's got that 3rd base going up on the low ground. herO is not counterattacking at all here. He doesn't have the infrastructure in place because he's so reliant on his Colossus. tech. The Colossus tech here, a normal transition to have, and not a bad choice, but when you're so reliant on that, you can't just very well walk across the map with 3 Colossi alone. You don't have a lot of units to go with them. He is continuing his upgrades, and now he's going to come over here and kill these siege tanks, at least he wants to.
Yeah, but this is very interesting because TY knows this is coming, and he's sending 2 dropships as well as more units over towards that 3rd base, and he can easily snipe that Nexus if there's nothing there to defend it.
And killing these 2 siege tanks while being out of position is going to be pretty painful. He's even dropping Marines off here. Wants to get the best trade out of this possible. Targeting down the Colossi. All right, double drop in the main base. No answer here for herO whatsoever. He sees it. You can see it in his eyes on this camera to the bottom left. His 3rd Nexus is being targeted as well. No Nexus cannon here. And he's actually going to fight probes instead. This main base is being targeted. So yeah, he gets the siege tanks, but loses everything else he owns, seems like. No targeting on this 3rd base, but the main Nexus is gone. And back at home, he has 3 bases. He's killing all the probes that got transferred to the natural.
Oh, this is so terrible for herO. He is being torn apart by TY right now. Main Nexus goes down. No mining at the 3rd. No mining at the natural. Wow. herO is not even gaining minerals right now. It looks like he's long distance mining. Finally gets the mining done at his 3rd base.
So this is when a technical TY build comes to fruition and doesn't fail. When, you know, instead of playing a defensive macro game, he puts the hurt on his opponent and it works. All he knows is that if he just keeps defending at home, he's going to have a critical amount of damage done. But with that many bunkers, he might as well consider researching Neosteel frames. This one Widow Mine is pretty hurtful. Actually, a 2nd one too. Just gonna add that extra DPS. He's sending the probes back.
Oh my god.
That just happened, Brendan. We just watched that. I think that was like 11 or 12 probes kill on that one shot.
Yep. herO takes a big sigh in the booth. You can just see he's not feeling this.
I don't think a player has ever been more beaten than this, Brendan. Like, whoa.
This is a smackdown, man. Now he's gonna come in, snipe some more tech buildings. Oh man, TY's taking it to him right now. He's going to bring KT into this ace match.
The thing is, like, this is so technical. I think it's something that herO maybe has never seen before. I mean, how could he? I mean, how could he come back from this? There's like 29 pros against 65 SCVs. The army is much bigger as well here for TY, and he has the upgrades coming out. He's got plenty of Vikings now to deal with the Colossi. There's nothing else on the ground besides Colossi really at this point. The main Nexus is not even remade because it's too expensive. Like I said, I don't think there's ever been a game more over than this one.
Yeah.
That one Widow Mine that hit all the probes, I'm like, well, I guess you just didn't see that, herO.
Yeah. It's adding insult to injury. It's like rubbing salt in the wound right now for herO.
It's like rubbing bleach in the wound right now. Well, I went there, man. Like,
I'm like, whoa, Wolf.
That's how bad this situation is right now. Like, this is pretty over. He's killing the pylons now on the main base. He's still struggling to kill that dropship. There's no way for him to counterattack. Ghost Academy seems to be like the final step here. He did all of this, by the way, mind you, without combat shields. They're getting close to being finished right now. That's, I think, the main reason why he doesn't move out. He's got a ton of Vikings, and his Marine heavy composition is like pretty solidly upgraded, but he's just waiting for combat shields because no matter how big your Marine count is, you never want to attack even one Colossus without combat shields.
Yeah, I feel like TY's gotten so far ahead now that he's gonna macro up. He's gonna get a 200 army and just push across. I feel like once you get this far ahead, like, even if your comp is like extremely terrible, you can like lose an army and remake it and kill a guy. It's like that much, and he knows he's wanted. He's like, I have so many more SCVs. I'm just gonna bring half of them.
Yeah, he scans and he's like, you barely have any probes. You're at 1-1. I'm about to be at 2-1, and I have enough Vikings to easily deal with the Colossi, the only problem unit in your composition. So drop in the main base here to trade, maybe draw some of the forces back. If he doesn't deal with this, that Nexus is gonna die. But if he deals with it, he's gonna die. So it looks like he loses either way. The SCV's ready to come over here. Big stem on all those Mirars. The Marines now with combat shields. The Vikings going on right-click mode on every single Colossus. Guardian shield goes up. The Nexus cannon goes down as well. Can herO hold here? Well, the obvious answer is no.
Yep, that's going to be it. Force fields go down. TY micros his units, and he's going to land the Vikings now and end the game. That's going to be it. GG.
We're going to an ace match. Things went very, very well for CJ in the very beginning of this match, but 2 games in a row with 2 solid Terran players, 2 of our Terran players up at the top of our winners ranking, back-to-back good builds and solid play, bring us to the ace. Now, I think we're going to see Flash in the ace no matter what. The question is, does CJ send out herO again?
I don't know. It's hard to send a guy out after he takes a beating like that. That's one thing you got to do. He's been their ace so many times, but is he going to be at 100% after losing a game like that? I don't think so. And I agree with you on the Flash thing. I mean, he's been sent out so many times in the ace match. He won today. He's looking good. He's looking solid. He's very strong against all races. I feel like he's the pick here for the ace for KT.
In my opinion, Byung is one of